Ladies and gentlemen, an NBA champion, a multiple-time NBA champion, and an NBA Hall of Famer is in the building. Before we bring him in, we got to talk about why he's here, because he's here with a purpose and here for a great cause. The Shaquille O'Neal Foundation is getting ready for the third annual fundraising gala. It's called The Event, presented by Pepsi Stronger Together, taking place Saturday, October 7th at MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas. You can go get your tickets right now, access.com. Find out more info for the ShaqFoundation.org. Shaq, we're in the off season. Thank you so much for making time. How are you, my friend?
First of all, I'll always make time for the great Adrian Hernandez. That's a radio drop if you want to use it. No, but you just talked about tickets. Also need to mention those tickets start off at $50. And there will be some star-studded people there. You know me. Last year it was her. We've had Justin Bieber in the past. We've had, who else have we had?
Adam Levine last year, John Mulaney last year. It was a great time last year.
Yes, it was a great time. See, I got flustered there a little bit because I just had to remember that her performance. She was so mesmerizing. Oh my God, that young lady! Wow, she brought the house down last year. But anyway, the tickets start off at $50. It's called The Event, October 7th. It benefits the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. And the purpose of the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation, we help those in need. You know, I'm gonna give you the same answer next year. We help children in need, especially in Vegas and Atlanta. We do stuff all across the country, but with a main focus in Atlanta and Vegas. And you ask why those cities, that's where I live at.
No, 100%. And look, that's one of the things I was going to say. Like, I've been here for 5 years, and one of the things I've enjoyed is you're out here in the community with your foundation. You got your businesses. I know you've been at a couple Aces games with CP3 now on the Aces. But for you heading into year 3 of this event, what's been the most rewarding part of this process?
I mean, just being able to, help those kids. I remember one time in Vegas, I'm on the street and the guy was like, "Hey man, there's this basketball court in the roughest part of Vegas. Don't nobody want to come in there." I was like, "What?" And we went in the area and we fixed it up. And we had a great event out there. And, just stuff like that. I know how important it is to have that. That's what I had. You see all these kids now with the trainers. Hey, bro, I didn't have that. I had to go outside and play. And when you go outside, you want to play at least on some concrete that's level. Like I played on unlevel concrete, but at least you want to have some nice nets or some nice chain nets. So I wanted to give those kids that opportunity.
And a single rim too, by the way. Single rim too, not double rim.
Exactly, the single rim. But it'll be a great story 20 years from now. A kid coming out of Vegas, hey, how'd you start? Man, Shaq built the court. I worked on my game every day. You know what I'm saying? So those stories always have like a full circle moment, but it's the right thing to do. My purpose on this earth is to just make people smile. I don't want to, look, we know what I did in basketball. You know what I'm doing as a DJ. I want to be the guy that, hey, when you're in the store with your mom and your mom always want to take care of you, she want to buy you the $1,000 computer, but Mr. Hernandez growing up, mom spent $1,000 on computers, then bill's gonna be set back.
100%.
Be set back. So I want to be the guy that, hey, if I can help a mom get her son a computer, he get all A's, he become a doctor and a lawyer, that's what I will do.
And like, to your point, like I want people to understand, like just talking to people around the city, like you have that impact on people, right? You're a legend and you make someone's day, talking to them for 5 minutes, taking a selfie with them, whatever the case, or helping out like you have. And I want to ask you, like, is there one moment in particular that really hits you hard emotionally? Like you're like, damn, I didn't know that I could have this effect on people, or when that started?
So I take pride in being the biggest tipper in the world. So I allow people to tell me what they want. And one time I asked this lady, how much you want? Oh my God, I'm not gonna do that in professional. What you want? She said 500. I gave her 5,000. And she went, started crying. I'm like, lady, if some people take a picture of you crying, they're gonna think I was rude. Stop. She said, I didn't know how I was gonna pay my rent, and I just, it just happened. Because bro, it takes a lot to wait on tables, bro. And I was looking at other tables and people were being disrespectful and rude. And I kind of wanted to get up and like punch to like cause a brawl in a restaurant. But I was like, you know what? These guys are being butt heads. Let me go and make her day. So thank you, darling. I appreciate you, honey. And I could tell she was there a long night. She was just tired. And I was like, all right, what do you want for a tip? But she's very polite. Because some people, when you tell them, oh, I want 20,000, like, I don't have 20,000 today, but I have 1,000. So she's like, whatever you want to do. And then she put five, and like she was scared to put the 500, but she was just so nice and so sweet. I said, I give her 5,000. That's probably like one of my favorite ones. Just making somebody smile. But it wasn't about the money. She was like, hey, I didn't know how I was gonna pay my rent. And boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. So as long as I can help and do that.
No, that's amazing. And before we get out of here, I know you got a million people to talk to, so I'm gonna hit you with the speed round. But first, let's get to the important part. The Shaquille O'Neal Foundation Gala, the event happening Saturday, October 7th, MGM Grand Garden Arena. Tickets start at $50, like Shaq said earlier. Get your tickets at access.com. And for more info, ShaqFoundation.org. All right, Shaq, you ready for the speed round?
Let's do it.
Hip hop just celebrated its 50 years. And of course, you got a couple albums and you got a couple features. Rest in peace to Phife Dawg, Mobb Deep, Biggie, HoF. What was your favorite memory of being in the studio if you could only pick one?
So after my first album, I changed my mindset. Let me explain. Oh, I'm a rapper now. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, you sell 1 million albums. No disrespect to the art form or the rappers. I don't work hard, and I'm very proud of them. But that first check did nothing for me, my brother. I was like, for real, this is it? So then I
Jive Records, right?
Yeah. So then I changed my mindset. I'm going to appreciate the moments, because Notorious B.I.G., no check could amount to that. Mobb Deep, no check could amount to that. Phife Dawg, no check could amount to that. I probably have the best discography of a non-rapper. So those moments, especially when I built the studio in my house, those guys that come down and we chop it up, that's what I did it for. Because 4 or 5 years before that, I was just like every other kid. I was a fan. So now they have the opportunity to rock with these guys. That was the moment that I lived for. That's the moment I continue to live for now. Like, because I did all the rapper stuff, I was like, bro, this little chick, I don't want to be a rapper no more. Just let me be a guy that just wants to rap with his favorite artist. Because, you know,
I love it. I love it.
And that's what it was for me. So after I changed my mentality, I became a little bit more successful. But now you got a couple guys out there trying to challenge me, talking about they're the best ever athlete rappers. That'll never happen. I'll never give up my spot.
All right, Dame Lillard, shots have been fired. Okay, 2 more real quick.
We already Dame is my friend. And we had a battle and we called and thanked each other. I was like, dang, that was my first like hip hop rap battle. It was so fun. But Dame is great. But you gotta understand, in competition, like for example, I know you sit back and say nobody's show is bigger than yours. But there's a guy across town that says he has the #1 shows. Competition is what makes our country great.
Can't get complacent.
That's what I'm saying. But if we could have competition without people getting crazy, it'd be good. Like Dame says he's the best. Okay, drop something. I say I'm the best. Drop something. Let the fans say, like, figure out who it is. Not, oh boy, hey, you did. It's a battle. It's competition. It's fun. But no, Dame is nice. Dame is very nice.
Let's move on with 2 more. D Wade obviously just celebrated him getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is amazing. You called it when you got there 19 years ago. To this day, are you still shocked that the Mavericks continued to triple team you all through that 06 finals?
Yeah, because I was playing terrible. But everybody knows that I don't like to play 2 terrible games in a row. So they probably thought, okay, he played bad, but when Shaq gets mad, he's gonna go crazy. And I was still the Shaq, but I wasn't the Shaq. But it worked out. It worked out perfectly. And they double team because I'm an unselfish guy. If I'm shooting 2 for 10, I'm not going to shoot 4 for 20. I'm not going to take another 10 shots. Like, hey, I'm off. And I was playing terrible at the free throw line. They went to hack and check several times, but that game 3, when I needed to step up, I did. But that's when me and D Wade had our first little. I'm like, hey man, what you gonna do? Because he was so respectful. He was always looking out for me. Like, oh, Shaq, nah, man, forget all that. This your time. And once I told him it's his time, he knew what to do with it.
And last question, and this is synergy because you brought up going 4 for 20. What's your reaction to James Harden and what he did, commenting on Daryl Morey in China?
I try to stay out of people's business. But as a fan, I like to just sit back and watch how it unfolds. Obviously, it's personal.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's personal. So, but I don't know James like that. I don't know Daryl Morey like that. I know it's my job to comment on situations like that, but I try not to get personal with these guys, especially when I don't have the information. Like a lot of people still say, hey, you did this, you did that. I say, yeah, because this is what they did, and this is my reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Like, you did it. This is my reaction. You know, I try not to bash these guys. I try to speak, and I'm allowed to speak on these things because I have G14 classification. Like, right, you have the #1 show in Vegas, which gives you G14 classification. You ain't no downstairs backroom podcast. You #1, been doing it around. So when you say it, it's legit, and you say it because you're an experienced guy and you can say it. So, but again, I don't know. I saw it, just like everybody else saw, but I'm gonna just sit back and see how it unfolds.
No,
And you know how it's gonna unfold? Have a meeting, apologize, boom, boom, boom. Or, oh yeah, I'm a liar. All right, well, I'm about to send you to Portland then. Either way.
Sixers Bucks first week on TNT.
And and listen, that's the only 2 ways this thing can unfold. They ain't gonna fight, they ain't gonna argue. He may get fined, but either they're gonna have a meeting in Philly, they're gonna apologize, or, oh, I'm a liar. Okay, well, now I'm about to send you to any team that you don't want to be at. So we'll just sit back.
There it is. Well, Shaq, thanks for talking a little bit of basketball with us. Thank you for all you do here in Las Vegas. And thank you for the time. We look forward to seeing you at some Aces games. And again, remember, everybody, Saturday, October 7th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, the event being thrown by the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. Get your tickets right now, access.com. They start at $50. And for more info, head over to shaqfoundation.org. Shaquille, keep being a legend, my man.
You too, brother. Love you.